it's RoyalTacticsFPS here, and today I'm going to show you how to use Share Factory the way you want to use it. I'm going to use an example and I'm going to show you different things you can do with it. A lot of people have asked me, what can I do with Share Factory? How do I trim clips? How do I shorten clips? How do I add transitions? How do I take away transitions? How can I edit the intro and outro, or even take the intro and outro away? I don't know how to do that. Or the music, maybe you find it hard to do the music. I'm going to show you in this brief tutorial. It's not going to be a lengthy tutorial. I'm going to try not to talk too much, and hopefully it helps some of you guys, because a lot of people have asked me this. So let's just jump straight into it. Now, obviously, here you have, obviously, as you can see, new projects, my gallery. Now, the two main ones you'll probably use are these two, new project and my projects. I use my projects a lot because sometimes I like to save projects and go back to them, which you can do in here. And this is going to be a great example. As you can see, I've got all my past videos here, and as you can see, there's quite a few. What we're going to do is we're going to go to this first one here, and this is just an example. This isn't a video I've posted up or anything. And yeah, it's just an example basically. So as you can see here, you've got the standard. Actually, let's go back. Exit without saving. First, I'm going to show you how to start it from scratch. So go on new projects, and here you can choose your theme. Okay, this is going to be your intro and your outro. So normally, if I was going to do an intro and outro, which I don't anymore because I have got like an intro that's already made that I put with my videos after it's done, so I don't have to add these anymore. But let's just say, I don't know, you want to throw up a Black Ops 3 video, okay? You'll put that one on. If you're just going to do any other game, I mean, if it's none of these, for example, then you're probably best sticking to this one, PS4 theme. And you can choose here if you want the outro as well, the title, Share Factory one. The Share Factory one's very random, so to be honest, I wouldn't actually advise you using that at all. I'll completely untick that. You just press X and it will go away. And then you can choose the clips that you want. You can choose a maximum of 40 minutes. But normally I go for a max of like 30 minutes, 35 minutes, and then I cut it down if it's going to be like a collection gameplay or whatever. But bear in mind you have got time limit there. So the maximum of clips is 50, okay, so you've got to bear that in mind. And obviously if you go to the time limit, then obviously your clip will be shortened automatically. So you got to watch out for that. So let's just say, for example, I wanted to add this one and I wanted to add this one, okay? So that's two clips. And then I'm going to press square, continue, and then it will bring me up with these two gameplays. As you can see, there's a transition there. Don't forget that you can use the R1 to move along the clips very quick. R1, R1, and then L1 to obviously move to the left, R1 to move to the right. So it's very easy to skip through your clips without having to like use your analog, your thumbstick to scroll along it. That would just take a long time. So right, we've got two clips. Now let's just say we wanted to edit this, okay? Now if you wanted to keep these two intros, you can customize them, okay? So you can customize them to your liking, the lengths that you want, if you don't want the transitions, the writing, the color, everything. Okay, so if you press X, for example, you'll have add FX. Now this is very important. If you have add FX, then you'll be able to do a lot of stuff. So let's click on add FX. So as you can see here, you've got different stuff that you can use. You can use this stuff here, like random pictures, banners. I used to use these as well for my videos, these banners here. They're not too bad. And then you can also do, this is what I use a lot, filters, okay? So if you're going along to filters, you could also use this. You make it black and white. You can make your gameplay black and white or red or whatever colour you want it to be. You can also do layouts as well. Normally I don't really like to play with the layouts because it can make it a little bit dodgy. So yeah, I normally stick to filters and themes. That's kind of, I don't see the point in themes, but yeah. So stickers, you can add some like a banner and then you can put writing over the top of it. which I'll show you to do how to do that now. So let's just say you wanted to do this banner here. So you go to here, and then it's going to give you the option to transform, opacity, sorry, delete sticker, layer order. So let's just go to transform. You can move it along, and obviously you probably won't want this in this bit here, this little intro. You most likely would have it in this intro here. But it's just an example, okay? So let's just say you wanted this. You throw it here, you could throw it up the top like that, and then you can just press circle to get, leave it how it is. You press square it, X again, add fix again, and then you can add some text over the top of it. So make sure it's not too big, so you don't want it to go over the top of the banner, and then it should fit nicely in. So like, let's just put Royal Tactics tutorial. See? Now that looks all simple, and then obviously you can do transform, move the right in. It's exactly the same for the banner. Transform. So I mean, I wouldn't advise doing that because it was kind of centered how it was. So not unless you have to use the not unless you don't want it centered, then move it. But it's normally fine how it is, the text. You can also change the color as well. So if you want it to be a different color, so you wanted it to be, that color, or you've got black as well. Any color you want. And you can obviously change the saturation as well. Like, this black isn't a very great example though. Let's say you want it to be green. So at the moment it's dark, but if you change that to brightness, it go all bright. So yeah, you can change the different types of the green and everything. And once you've chosen it, and if you click off of it, press circle again, and then you go to square, edit overlays. Now this is very important. Edit overlays is where you can edit all the stuff that you've done when it comes to the add FX. Okay, so if you click on that, you'll be able to change your layouts. So let's just say you click on the right ins X, and then color. The color will be there saved. So if you wanted to do all your writing in green, you'd be able to do that there. The color would be saved for you. You wouldn't have to worry about keep going on to the same color and then having to work out which color it was or whatever. Automatically there. If you want to change the layout, okay, so like let's just say you wanted the banner to overtake the writing. Now obviously you wouldn't, but let's just say you have things all mixed up. You wanted to change the layer order. Just go to here, layer order. Obviously I've pressed X for this. Remember, I'm pressing X, okay, for most of this stuff. Layer order, and then it will give you the option to L1 and R1, move up and down. So if I press R1, see, as you can see, the writing's not there anymore because it's behind the banner. So the banner is obviously one of the top layers, and then obviously you press L1 and it goes back again. It's pretty simple stuff for that. We're just going to leave that there. Also, another thing you can do with this, if you want to change the color of the place PS4, what you can do is you press X again, go to add fix, which I've already shown you, and then go to filters, and then let's just say you wanted it red, for example. I've done it before in my videos, made this red. So then there you go. What you could also do, if you don't want there to be any volume, let's just say you're playing songs, music, you've got music in your video, and you don't want any volume at all in the background, then it's very simple to change the volume. Just press square, and then all of this will come up. This is obviously the main stuff you'll need: edit commentary, edit music, edit overlays, time bender. That's very important. Time bender and split clip. You'll lose these a lot, these three here. But clip volume is what we need. So go to clip volume, and then obviously you can do it to 0. And as you can see, it's completely silent. Now let's just say you wanted to make this longer, okay? So you go to square again, and now this is where split clip and trim clip come in very handy. You can either do time bender as well, which makes it slow motion. Sometimes you might want to do that, sometimes you might not want to. You could do this. Obviously you can see this is maximum length now, so the only way you'll be able to make it longer is if you slow motioned it. So you go to time bender, and then you can do 1 of 2, 1 of 4, 1 of 8. So let's just say you want to slow it down a little bit. That sometimes the share factory gets a bit fucked up, but yeah, as you can see, it's slow motion, and you can do that if you press square. Keep doing that, it'll just, yeah, and you can obviously do fast forward as well, which makes it proper quick, like that. So there's a lot of things you can do. If you want to delete all of this, delete the intro and the outro, it's very simple. You just click square and then you go delete clip, and you do that with every single thing in your video. If you want to delete something, just press square and then delete clip. I'll show you now. Delete, and there you go, it's gone. Now I'm going to show you something else that you can also do. Edit transition. Now this is something else that I haven't been asked before. So what we need to do, if you want to edit transition, best thing to do is, if you don't want to delete the transition but you just want to change it, press square again. See, as I said, square is very important. You're going to press square most of the time. There's going to be edit transition just down here. Press that, and then you'll have these options. Okay, you'll have set volume. If it has got a volume to it, not all of the transitions do, but you can also change that if you want it silent or really loud or whatever. You could do replace transition. Now, a lot of people like to fiddle around with all of these different types of in different transitions. The ones that I like to use are pretty simple. Is this one, which is the fire one, explosion, makes it all dramatic. Or you can do these ones, dissolve ones, which are very low key, and it just makes it a little bit nicer. The audience watching your videos probably won't notice that it's there, bearing in mind, but it just kind of gaps things off a little bit. So, you know, fade in, for example, fade out, that type of thing. So let's just say you wanted to do, right, let's just show your example of what's already there. So right now it's blue. It's switching out of the PS4 squares, circles and X's, as you can see there. And yeah, so what we need, square again, edit transition, place transition, and what I'm going to choose fade to color. Okay, so let's watch that again. So as you can see there, it goes completely black. It still, you know, separates the clips, but it just does it in a more low-key way. uh, Obviously keep pressing that square button and edit transition, and then you can do whatever you want really. If you want the cinematic one, you can do the cinematic one. Explosion, I like that one. I've used that in a few of my clips. And obviously, like I said, press square and you can change the volume. If it's too loud, then you can turn it down to, like, I don't know, 8%, so it's just a bit quieter. But yeah, you can really do whatever you want. You can also do delete transition as well. Um, you know, sometimes people use too many transitions in their videos. It really does depend what type of video you're making with the share factory. um, I don't like to use too many transitions. So let's just say you put, like, I don't know, 12 clips together. Bearing in mind they're all going to have transitions, so you're going to have to delete some of those transitions, or, you know, do something about them. So, like, for example, let's press R1 again. It will make us skip to the clip, the next clip. So you've gone all the way to the end of that first clip, and you've gone to your next transition. So obviously, as I've said before, press square and you can have the option to delete or edit transition, you know, replace it, set volume, whatever you want to do with it. But just remember that if you've got short clips and you've got a lot of transitions, sometimes it can block off your clip. It can make you, let's just say it's a video like mine, for example, kills. Um, you know, it's going to block off some kills and some of your clips, you know, because bearing in mind these transitions have got a length to them. As you can see here, these are 2.07 seconds. That explosion one's 1.9 seconds. These are shorter ones, so you might be fine with these. But bearing in mind that they do take up room, and it will overtake your clip if your clip's very short. So that's why I wouldn't advise you to go overboard with the transitions. Um, but let's just say I wanted to add these two together and not have that transition. Just press square, and then oh, not delete clip, what the hell am I doing? Edit transition, and then delete transition. See, and then it's gone. You wouldn't have even know it was there. Now what I'm going to show you now is if I pressed L1, which I just did, you can also speed up your clips, fast forward your clips, whatever you want to do. I'm going to show you how to split it right now. So if you press square, then you'll have split and trim. Now these are the ones you need, and time bender. These are what you mainly need for your gameplay. Let's just say you're doing COD or Battlefield gameplay, whatever it might be. So what we need to do, let's just say I wanted to split it, okay? Let's say I wanted to split it right here, okay? Actually not there, here. Because as you can see, I'm coming up on the map. I know that I'm about to get that kill. So I don't want it to, you know, look funny or anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it there. And I'll press X for that, bearing in mind, not square. And then obviously if you want to get off of the split section, as you can see, it's down below. You've got the split thing, which is X to split your clips. Just press circle and it'll go off of it. See? So as you can see there, I've split it. So what I can do now is, if I go to the end of this clip here, at like, I don't know, 38, 39 seconds, and I pressed X, it will give me the option to add a clip, which means that I could add a clip in between these clips. Or I could add a screenshot, which would be kind of random, but you can do that. Add a fix, add transition, add commentary, add music. Okay, so let's just say we wanted to add a fix. No, not add a fix, what am I doing? Add a transition. So that's obviously, we all know where that is now. X, and then add transition. And then let's just say I wanted to do this one, burn fade. Now bearing in mind that right now I'm just showing you a tutorial, this isn't something I'm going to post up. Most of the time I spend like at least 8 hours on my videos, so yeah, that kind of shows you how much, you know, when you start off with 15 different clips, then you've got to shorten it down and, you know, make sure they're the perfect time and everything. Let's just say I wanted to completely take this out, okay? Completely take this out. Because there's no kills in this clip here, as you can see. So I press square, delete clip, okay, so I don't want that, so I'm going to take it away. And as you can see, now this is pretty standard stuff, okay, if you press square it will have delete clip, simple stuff. Just make sure that you split everything before you delete something, because you don't want to delete something by accident. I've done it plenty of times where I forget to split it at both ends. So if you want to make sure you split something so you don't like leave everything, so let's split. And let's just say I wanted, to, I don't know, take that out. Then you'd press X. Ignore me there, talking to myself. Press X. And then you split that clip out, okay? So if you wanted to get rid of that, then you can press square, delete clip. What I'm going to show you now is if you wanted to change the volume square, clip volume, do that silent, because we don't want to hear me, do we, in the background talking to myself. Now let's just say you wanted to make sure that you was at the beginning. Like I already said, press R1 to skip a clip, okay? So R1, and as you can see, it's taken me right to the beginning of that clip. This is very useful because if you want to, I don't know, let's say you wanted to add music perfectly, or you wanted to make sure that you add a FX perfectly, banners or writing. I do it when I have to add like RoyalTacticsFPS to my videos. This is how I do it, and this is how I make sure I do it with every single clip. It does take a while, but yeah, it's pretty worth it once it's done because it looks pretty cool. But as you can see there, now I've silenced it. I've also put the RoyalTacticsFPS up there really quickly. And then what I can also do, press R1 again, so you're at the beginning of that clip. Add FX, filters, and then you can make it, I don't know, black and white, for example. As you can see, it's black and white now. Which probably goes in right because I think I was on a little kill streak as well, and then that guy shoots me in the back, like what a piss take. But anyways, so yeah, and then it's gone back to normal colour. Well, obviously, if you still want Raw Tactics FBS to be there, obviously whatever your YouTube name is, or whatever writing, if it's a sponsor, whether it's your clan name, clan tag, whatever it might be, what you go to is R1, and it will take you to the next clip right at the beginning, so you don't have any gaps in your banners or your writing. And then obviously make sure you use the exact same writing. I can't even remember. I think it was that one. Just don't make sure the writing's not too big, because you don't want it to overtake. At the same time, you don't want it to be too small either, because you don't want it to be too small. As you can see, that writing's exactly the same on both clips, so that's perfect. What you can also do is trim clip as well. So let's just say you want it to really make sure a clip is a perfect length. Okay, you want it to like maybe take out something. So let's just say I wanted to keep in the bit where I get killed. Okay, so I take it to probably about here, where I'm running along, and there's you can see 31 seconds. Right, so I press square, trim clip. Now this is where it gets a bit annoying, okay, because you kind of got to do it perfectly. You got to be really slow. So let's just do that again. Trim clip, click on that. Use your left stick very slowly to drag it along to where you want it to be. And it can obviously be the opposite way around as well, you know. You move the clip whichever way you want it to be. But yeah, obviously I got killed there, so I want to kind of... Let's see what that looks like. I think that's a bit too short, so let's just make that a little bit longer. There you go. That's pretty. That's decent. I mean, obviously, I'm just showing you like what you can do with it. What you can also do is I don't know. I mean, you can do this with a lot of games, okay? And this is what I did for my outro or my intro. Sometimes press square. I mean X. Sorry, X. Press add clip, and then I normally go all the way down. And obviously you won't have this, but I save this like specially for my videos. So it can be like, this was before I had my personalized intro. You can go to that, and then what I've got here is the beginning of the game, and I'd normally put this at the beginning, which actually I'm going to do now just to show you guys what it looks like. So press L1 again, add clip. It gets a little bit annoying after a while having all these clips. I need to delete some of these. Right, so go to that X square. Now obviously you can edit the volume, because there might be volume or whatever you don't want to have in your video if you've got music. So that's on 0 now, so it's no volume. If you wanna, let's just say you want it to be that bit there, okay? Press square, split. So that's that separate clip now, okay? That's on its own. Now let's just say you want to go to the end. You've got this black bit here that maybe you could put some writing in or something. Bearing in mind you have got the slow motion thing as well if you want to make it longer. So let's just say we wanted to cut it there, split it there. So you can completely delete this now. So go to square, delete. Now as you can see, I've just made one clip into two. And obviously I think now if you press square, clip volume, yeah, it's turned the clip volume back up. So you got to remember that when you split a clip, it will turn the volume back up, which is kind of annoying. So just remember to turn it back down again if you want it to be, back down. Clip volume, that hasn't changed. So this is what we got so far. Now this is just an example. If you, for example, you wanted just a black intro instead of this, for example. So let's just let's delete that. And then let's just say you want to make this a different colour. So X, add fix, filters, do any colour you want. Red. And remember, you can also do square and trim, split, and time bender, okay? Time bender, slowing it down so it's longer. I don't know, let's just say you wanted to have some intro music and you wanted it to, you know, be a decent enough intro for the music to sound nice, then you could do that, make it longer. You could also make this longer too as well. So that would be your intro.